Your phone is trying to kill you. It is constantly keeping you entertained, addicted to what's happening on the screen.
Your cell phone and social media is literally designed like a slot machine.
One of the worst inventions maybe in the past 20 years for human connectivity and development must be the smartphone. The amount of times I've seen people walk into posts, almost walk into traffic as well, holding their phone, not even paying attention to what they're doing, is baffling. And it's not even just the safety aspects, it's the fact that we feel so attached to it. Seriously, this is why I give up on my phone. I put it away one day a week on Sundays just to give myself a bit of a detox, because ultimately it does feel like a drug, and sometimes you need a detox when you're drinking a lot just to reset your body. Unfortunately, because of the modern age and the type of profession I'm in, I need to have my phone to a varying degree, so I can't completely get rid of it, which really sucks, but I am learning to live without it on occasion, and I think it's a healthy practice for a lot of people, especially if you're coming to my channel and clicking on this video. You're probably thinking the same way, and if you have any varying opinions, leave it down below in the comment section. But we're going to talk about phones today and why they feel so damaging to not only our connection with other people, but also to our lives on the daily. Let's discuss it in today's video.
If you still don't believe that social media and our phones and video games, stuff like that, is your biggest issue right now, let me ask you this. Why don't you play slot machines at the casino? Why don't you play slot machines? I know why. So you're like, oh, well, I don't gamble. You know, they're all of them are losers, and I'm not going to win any money, and I'll eventually get wiped. Let me tell you something. Your cell phone and social media is literally designed like a slot machine. You'll hop on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. Sometimes you'll have an awesome notification. Sometimes you'll see somebody that you really like interacted with your post. Sometimes you'll see somebody else post something awesome or this cool article or whatever, and then sometimes you don't. And most of the time you don't, because you're checking every 10 minutes. It's exactly like a slot machine. Sometimes you hit, most time you don't, but you still come back anyways. You're still checking 50 times, even if you only hit 3 times. And now you're probably thinking, oh, but it doesn't cost anything to have Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. It does. It costs so much more than money. It costs your attention span. It costs your ability to focus. It costs your ability to work hard for more than 5 minutes without getting distracted. It costs your ability to be present in the moment. Do you know how much time you waste on this stuff? Do you know how bad it screws with your mind? Worse than you know, because you become fully dependent on these apps for any type of enjoyment every day. And I'm only saying this to you because it's happened to me too. Not trying to dog on anybody, because we are victims. We are victims, and that is the cold hard truth.
When you think about your phone, you're not just thinking about your phone, you're talking about your watch now, essentially, right? A lot of people look at their phone to check the time. Also, it's a mini computer, so you have so much things at your fingertips, at your disposal at all times, that of course is anxiety inducing when you have information to everything, especially if you have ADHD like me, to not just find yourself lost in your phone for 20 minutes at a time, even when you don't intend to be. We're losing our connection to reality, and we're losing our ability to stay present in the moment and with people that we're with, which is horrible. Honestly, think about family gatherings, how many people are just on their phone half the time, not being present with the people that they love. How sick is that? This is what phones have done to us now.
Your phone is trying to kill you. It is constantly keeping you entertained, addicted to what's happening on the screen. Today we're going to be talking about digital addiction and how the adoption of technology, instant gratification, and convenience is what's the real killer in our society. Okay, so welcome back to Piece of the Truth. It has been a little bit, and I'm going to be getting into that in this video. But before we get started, take everything I say with a grain of salt, do your own research, and most importantly, think for yourself. Without further ado, okay, so for starters, it's no secret that phones have accelerated society's and the human race's perception of the world and the way that we implement ourselves in it. The internet, phones have opened doors to new mediums on how to express ourselves, how to live, and how to feel, how to react. Now, in the beginning, when we were first getting this kind of stuff, it was more innocent, you know? Like, you would just get on MySpace, you do a little thing, or, you know, it was your first time getting a Facebook and you would post things on Facebook and it was fun, or, you know, fill in the blank. Now, fast track to 2025. Every innovation that comes from technology is meant to condition and to make our lives more convenient. We have phones now. Like, I literally just saw an ad the other day. It was for the new Google phone. And it's like, this woman is saying, like, we got to take you to the groomer. And it's been a month since you've been to they asked the AI assistant, they're like, when is the last time my dog has been to the groomer? And the AI's like, oh, the last time you went to the groomer was about a month ago. And that shit is so dystopian to me. And I'm going to explain to you why. We do not need technology for literally every little thing that we do. And that is propaganda that is perpetuated by these giant tech billionaires that all have stake in AI systems that are actively destroying the earth and displacing resources that could be used for less fortunate people that are screwed over by colonialist imperialism that has been left unchecked for hundreds of years.
I can't believe that that is actually true. We are losing our cognitive ability and our ability to remember things because of technology and our dependence on it. And ultimately, I think it embodies the phone so well. It's the entire capture of technology as we know it right now on Earth. And what is it doing to us? It's making us more anxious than we've ever been before. We're less present, and now we're losing our cognitive abilities, and maybe we're going to get dumber and dumber generation by generation, which is pretty scary to think about. While yes, we have more access to information than ever before, ultimately will we be able to retain that information? That is still to be discovered.
Remember me? Okay, I took a social media break because I needed to like detoxify my mind, body, spirit. We're back and I'm doing a little get ready with me in the car. So for like the past 3 days, I have not been on social media because I want to feel like a human again. If you are in a stage in your life where you just feel numb to everything, you don't feel like you're experiencing life, you're just just make it day by day, then maybe you need to get off of your phone. Thinking like, I'm literally watching you on my phone. I know. But get off of your phone. When we are off of our phones, we kind of, in a sense, touch grass because we're not just constantly being consumed by the things that are happening in life, like through our phones. If you're off of your phone, you can look around you and you can just view the world in a whole different perspective. And that doesn't mean that you should never get on your phone again because I'm literally making a video for you guys. All that's saying is that once you take a step away, your brain starts to work properly again. We were never meant to be constantly fixated and entertained. It's not healthy for our brains. So if you want your brain and your cognition to work at optimal levels, then you have to do things that actually engage your mind. So whether that's like a crossword puzzle, whether that's reading a book, whether that's learning a new skill, it's really going to help your mind and it's going to help you in the long run because the US honestly has one of the largest populations of Alzheimer's, and there's different things that we can do to really help our brain get the fuel and the food that it needs. And
yeah, actually, that is a good point. You can utilize technology to your advantage. So it's not all just really bad for you, right? At the end of the day, you can use it as a tool for good, but the problem is there's so many distractions with your phone ultimately when it comes to doom scrolling, whether it's games on your phone that aren't really leading to any sort of cognitive function, just brain drain in general. Yes, of course, you can do things like crossword puzzles on your phone, and that ultimately could be a good way to use it. But there's also the negativity when it comes to the screen and the actual glow and the effects on your eyes eyesight and also causing migraines as well. These are other things that phones can lead to. Just look at your screen for more than 2 hours a day and it could lead to really bad headaches. That's why they say to never look at your phone before bed, because it could create too much stimulus that'll ultimately make it harder to actually go to sleep.
I hate to break it to you, but your 12 hours or like 6 hours of screen time is only going to hurt you in the future. And I know that most of us don't think about when we're like 60, 70, 80 years old. But if we want to remember our lives, if we want to actually experience life, we need to really set boundaries when it comes to screen time, when it comes to being on social media. And content creators, they could exploit you. They can just tell you that you need the latest gadget, you need to be on your phone constantly, you need all of these things. But the truth of the matter is, you need to invest in your mind, because what you do now will ultimately impact you in the future. It's also going to make you anxious and depressed. So if you also struggle with feeling like your world is falling apart, like you have no reason to exist, it could be because of how much you're on your phone. Like you just need to set these boundaries, because it's going to change your perspective in your life. And I'm literally speaking to the choir because I love being on my phone. It's like a reward. It's like a treat. It's something that I find relaxing. Sometimes when I'm scrolling in my For You page, it is actually not relaxing at all, but like my mind is, oh, I have a second to myself, let me go on my phone.
That's how I feel too sometimes. If I have a second by myself and I'm anxious, I happen to look at my phone, even when that's not what I'm trying to do. But that's what we have. We have a tool that lets us never be present and never alone with our own thoughts, which is ultimately really bad for society at large. Leave your thoughts about this video down below in the comment section, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.